I never believed that I was sick. I spent almost 15 years in quarantine. When I was born, I had very strong asthma. There were times when I was literally 3 minutes away from dying, and I was terrified. There were many times where I literally couldn't breathe. My asthma was very severe, and my parents were hyperprotective. It's difficult for me to share this. But for 15 years, I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled, and I only went on final exams. I didn't have friends, and I only went out about 3 months every year when the weather was perfect. And even with being this careful, I still went to the hospital several times. When I was out, I was often bullied. And I don't tell that story, but it's the truth. I was bullied. If you think about it, you'd say that this person is destined to be a social loser, is destined to never have a normal life. And to be honest, there's nothing that I hated more than seeing the look of pity in people's eyes when I was young. But the weird thing was, I never believed it. I never believed that I was sick. I would go to the hospital, I would be near death, but I didn't believe that there was something wrong with me. I believed that I was blessed. I saw people wasting their time, and I started studying 3D and animation from a very young age, and I decided to become a super achiever in my life. I have all this time that people waste with social stuff, even though I was very little, but I don't know how. I just wasn't convinced that I had a disadvantage. After 15, I started getting better, and I started going out, and I was terrified because the buildings were so tall, and I had nightmares of getting lost. But I also saw it positively. I said, you know what? Most people never go through this experience of learning the streets and the street names when they're old. They'll go through this experience when they're very young, and so they get used to their city, and they don't get used to the idea of pushing their limits and exploring other places in the world. But I have this experience now. I have the advantage of experiencing what it feels like to be in a foreign country before leaving my country. I decided to see it positively and truthfully, and yes, that's what happened. Years later, I left my country, and I went to another country that I didn't know the language, that I didn't know anybody at. I just went. There were so many things in my life that people told me you couldn't do. I had taken lots of medicine, and people told me that my bones will be weak and that I'm destined to be weak forever. But I became a boxer. For about 3 years, I did boxing and mixed martial arts, and I did kick ass. All of my life, people told me what my limitations were, and I did not accept that. I don't know how I was able to do that, to be honest. But I believe it's a choice. You go through things in life, and you have the choice of feeling sorry for yourself or doing something about it, saying this is not going to define me, finding the advantage. I want you to know that nobody can really stop you. Nobody. If you decide to be somebody. And that difficult times in life may come, but being strong is a decision. Being strong isn't that we don't get hurt. Being strong is not caring that we are hurt. Being strong is deciding to move on. And this is something that you can do because this is a choice. And you can choose to be strong. You see, with every experience that happens to you in life, you have two options, two different meanings. Number one, this will destroy me. My heart is broken. I can never love again. I am destroyed. I am strengthened. I have experience, and my heart is stronger because now I am wiser. Same experience, two different meanings. You can choose to be a victim. And everybody told me that I was a victim, but I did not accept it. And you have the same choice. You will go through a lot of shit in your life, a lot. But you can decide if you are a victim or a fucking champion. It's your choice. Fist bump. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope that my experience will at least inspire you. I hope that by watching this you make a decision. I will never be a victim again. Say it with me. I will never be a victim again. Thank you. Hi again. Listen, if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to ask me questions or just chat in real time, that is now possible. All you need to do is register to my website, duckbusiness.com, and you can chat with me directly. I will always respond. I promise you that. And here's a bold thing that I'm going to promise you. This is not for the people who come later. This is for you right now. I will always be there for you. I will always answer you, even if I have 10 million subscribers. You are here first. You cared even when this was nothing. For that reason, I will always be here for you.